Welcome to part 2 of St. Francis of Assisi, the truth that you probably have never heard before. So thank you, and we're picking it up when Francis decided to go see the Pope in Rome, Pope Innocent, with his brothers.
Guys, we need to go to talk to the Pope because I have Jesus here telling me to rebuild his church, and every time I try to do it, it gets torn down again. And, what's up? So he got his buddies, they agreed to go to Rome, and Bishop Guido, the bishop who had already told him, sided with his dad, was there. And Francis was able to get a meeting with the Pope Innocent. And so the Pope heard him and apparently, according to most reports, dismissed him. See ya. And the movie says Francis sort of preached a little bit about the poor, this and that. But, the reality is Francis would have told him what was going on. Jesus is talking to me from this icon, and this is, I'm not getting any cooperation. My dad rejected me. Bishop rejected me. And what am I supposed to do? I just want to serve the Lord. I don't want to go to the money. I don't want that in my life. So he turned to the Pope for guidance and direction. And that's what he should have done. And that was the right thing to do, 100%. They make it out like he was preaching to all the cardinals So anyway, this was the time of the Inquisition and the Crusades. So guys, the Pope wasn't an idiot. Don't act like he was an idiot. So anyway, what happened was Francis was called back the next day, and there was some agreement made in order for a blessing to be bestowed on what Francis was trying to do, official recognition, protection, right? Okay, well, what did Francis have to agree to get that? Because there was a first day and a second day. So it sounds like there was some negotiating going on. And what did he have to do? Turn this down, get a little toasty. So, well, what changed? All you have to do is see what changed. All of a sudden, Francis has permission, and what's the only thing that's changed? If you look historically, the only thing that changed was the talking icon became history, a forgotten history for 700 years, actually. The Franciscans now officially adapt the Tau cross. It's like this as their official symbol. No San Damiano. So wait, what? Yes. You're never told this. I'm never told this, right? The San Damiano was put into hiding. Obviously, common sense, Francis, obedient son of the church, would have told the Pope what was going on. And instead of that icon being taken to Rome for investigations and, no, it was hidden for 700 years. And the reason it was hidden is because there's a phallic symbol on the stomach. What is a phallic symbol? It's a male genitalia that is part of paganism. Okay, so if you see here, that's the San Damiano. That's the cross that Francis claimed was talking to him. And that's a male phallic symbol. That's what it is. So the Pope was not interested in any talking phallic symbol icons. Okay, and so that it was It was placed into hiding. And where did they hide it? They hid it in that chapel, believe it or not, because eventually Clare of Assisi and women were attracted to this lifestyle. And so they made a convent out of that chapel, and they placed that San Damiano under the care of Clare. And these were cloistered nuns. Nobody was allowed in there for prayer, nothing. You had to have express written consent from the Pope. That's how strict it was. Clare never left the convent her whole entire life. Why? She had a very, very, very specific job given by Francis himself, and that is to never let anyone see it, touch it, whatever. Just, you guys pray here, that's all. And they had their own crucifix. If you ever see the poor Clares, they're praying in front of a crucifix, reverend crucifix, not in front of the San Damiano Cross. So people are saying, well, why in the world didn't they destroy it or burn it or something like that? Well, it was obviously, a beautiful piece of art. And eventually the Saracens, the head of the Saracens or the Islamic army was sent there to retrieve it, I believe. Clare had to rebuke these guys to get away. But what would they do there? Why were they going there? This guy was, I think his name was Ferdinand, was an art enthusiast. So the bottom line here, folks, is there is a phallic symbol on the San Damiano Cross. It was hidden for 700 years. Father Michael Scanlon brought that out. After 700 years, it was released for the first time during Holy Week, 1957. Pope Pius XII was sick on his deathbed when this was happening. Probably had no idea it was going on. They bring it out for public veneration for the first time in 700 years. And they tell a story, but they don't tell the true story. And eventually the priests from Franciscan universities, Father Sam Tisi, good friends with Father Michael Scanlon, gets the copyright permit to literally reproduce it in his own wood shop in Steubenville and connected to Loretto, Pennsylvania, the Franciscan TORs. So he starts making them. He had it. He's now the new artist. It wasn't even signed. So he became the unknown artist of the San Damiano Cross. And his cross has a special stamp on it, everything like that, because that was the first one reproduced. He got it. He was first in line. And guess what? Explosion. Sales. Franciscan University, they begged Father Scanlon to come because it was dying in Steubenville. Poor, whatever, party school, whatever. I'm a graduate. He comes in there, and next thing you know, they start talking about this cross and get the permit and selling it. Then it's in every single classroom on the campus. It's in every single, at the hospital in town, every single room gets one. All of a sudden, it's like exploding. Everybody wants one. The students, the youth conferences, it's all around selling this thing. And it's thousands of dollars for the original size, maybe 8,000. So, oh my goodness, all I'm trying to tell you guys is this. The money, and the money keeps coming. The money keeps coming. And these guys won't acknowledge that a pagan phallic symbol is inappropriate in the main sanctuary of our church. Whether you try to Christianize what it means or not, the Pope said no. Why don't we accept that? Well, because the modern popes have all prayed in front of it. So that's basically saying it's okay. The modern popes have all prayed in front of it. And you think they didn't know that there was a phallic symbol on there? That they haven't heard this? Rapeofthesoul.com. www.rapeofthesoul.com. Michael Kalachi. He broke this story 15 years ago. And nobody still doesn't know about it? Kidding? All right. Look, guys, I am a graduate of Franciscan University of Steubenville. There is so much good that I've experienced, that I've seen. But you know what? You have this dark side, man. They don't talk about it. They're not transparent about it. And Fantisi was credibly accused of molesting women on campus in front of his icon. So it's all bad. The only thing good is the money. They're building, 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 and building and building. You can't believe how much they're building there. But you can trace it. I'm telling you, you can trace it back to the sale of the San Damiano crosses that were produced by Father Sam Tisi. Yep, the originals. And then you, after that, contracts after contracts, after contracts after contracts, money after money after money. And so Franciscans who reject money, Francis himself didn't want anything to do with it. Only if it's necessary. Beg. So it's really inappropriate, honestly, for a Franciscan religious order to live in and enjoy the beautiful accommodations and facilities that wealth has brought. And yeah, the students are benefiting too. So are the parents. A lot of people are benefiting from a beautiful campus. There's no question about it. So why can't we turn to a reverent crucifix at this point? Why can't we just say, we want a reverent crucifix in our place of worship in the new renovated chapel? Like, why is that hard to accept? Why? I can't even believe it's been so many years and still the answer is no, 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 no. I really don't understand that, other than you are so committed to money, it's not even funny. And as a Franciscan, I would feel really, really bad personally. I looked into the Franciscans, quite honestly, and there's such a contradiction from the heart of Francis of Assisi and what he was really running from and what he really embraced. You know, Lady Poverty, I think, Claire too. I think that was like what made them different than everybody else, quite honestly. So, thank you for listening. And what can you do about it? Well, A, get them out of your house. B, get them out of your parish. St. Vincent College. That's another, we're going to have a nice talk about St. Vincent College. These colleges, Catholic colleges, run by religious orders who have their own agendas. And they have a San Damiano. So why does St. Vincent College have a San Damiano, a Franciscan cross? In their bookstore they were selling them, and in their meeting hall. Well, because you have these men who, former Franciscans, who joined the Benedictines, bringing that stuff over here. So, you're like, well, is it really a big deal? Like, is it really worth being, making such a big deal? Why can't we just compromise? You saw with Pachamama, right? Everybody got upset. The Pachamama, oh my gosh, blasphemy. It's a pregnant woman, right? And people got upset because he saw a pregnant woman. The Pope brought this into the church, and people got upset. Bishops got upset. Cardinals got upset. But this, nobody's getting upset. And this is Jesus' genitalia on display. It's disproportionate. And it's not a true representation of Christ. The cross is flawed. His feet are crucified separately. There's dreadlocks on him. There's, all kinds of interesting things going on. Conversations below, the two women are talking their own thing. The other two, I mean, it's bizarre. Is he crucified? Is he resurrected? There's something, I don't know, probably, I would say, I don't know other than it's not orthodox. It certainly borders on occult, pagan, transcendental, in a sense. I could see definitely there's just bizarre concepts going on there that are not biblical. They're really not biblical. Father Michael tried his hardest to make it biblical. But really, when you, at the end of the day, it's more non-biblical than biblical. Quite honest. It's more non-biblical than biblical. So I've shared all this with Bishop Joseph Coffey, United States Military Archdiocese. Yes, St. Mass, USS George Washington. He's now Bishop Coffey, Captain Coffey in the military Navy chaplain. And his response to me was, I'd like to get to the bottom of it too. It certainly looks like a phallic symbol. Who can deny it? So yeah, we've yet to receive it. So I had to do all this research myself. So I'm giving this to you guys, just giving it to you because you deserve to know. And you have Scott Hahn and John Bergsma and Dr. Alan Schreck, Michael Cirilla. You have quote unquote Bible scholars, St. Paul Biblical Institute, and these guys are like turning their head. They don't see it. It's okay to put a pagan phallic symbol on the stomach of Christ and put it in the main sanctuary. And you're going to turn your head to that and call yourself a Bible scholar of some sort? It's funny. It's funny. So God bless you, America, Bishop Marmari Emanuel, President Donald J. Trump, Bishop Joseph Coffey. God bless the good guys. God bless the good guys. Appreciate it. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Love you, Blessed Mother, St. Teresa.